some outline of the program for the information of those who do not have that. We will be starting with a very short lecture on yoga for health and happiness, so that we get in the mood for yogic exercises. So after that, there will be a session of yogic exercises that we call yogasanas. But once we finish yogasanas, there will be a session on relaxation preceded by pranayama. And after that, there will be another session on meditation. But before we start, I would like to revise some of the guidelines those are applicable in general for yogic exercise. And first is, yogic exercises should be done empty stomach. And once you finish the exercises, for another 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you should not take anything. And bath also needs to be taken after a gap of 20-30 minutes. And second precaution is, every exercise, every yogic exercise is not meant for everyone. There are special cases also. Some people may have health problems like cardiac. Some have health situations like some may be having pregnancy or menstrual cycle. So some asanas are to be avoided by them. Though there are specific asanas for these kind of people, so those are not included in today's program. But when we start the yogasanas, with each yogasana, the benefits of the asana will be spelled out and the precautions will also be spelled out. So those asanas which are prescribed for particular kind of persons, they need not do. And another precaution that we need to take, or another thing that we need to keep in mind, is that we need to bend according to our capacity. Suppose the person who demonstrates here, he bends up to 30 degree, and you can bend up to say 60 degree or 75 degree. You bend according to your capacity. So don't take any risk on that. Any exercise to any extent is beneficial. Though the purpose of this session today is to make you acquaintance with the system, with the yogic exercises. Of course, you need to do them every day or at regular intervals, but you need to. Like we go to the doctor, doctor gives the medicine, medicine works. You don't do anything, you just reap the fruits. But for yoga, person himself has to do. Nobody else can do for you. So as I said earlier, purpose of today's session is just to introduce you to that. So the other guidelines, let me read it from here, are that environment should be clean, in and around, that is there, because we will be taking deep breaths and impure air should not go inside. So that's why the environment around you when you do yogic exercise, that should be clean. And your bladder and bowel should be empty before you start any exercise. And you should wear light, comfortable clothes. That also helps in breathing, and that is the requirement. So now, if you want, I can read message of our Honorable Prime Minister that he gave on the 2nd International Day. And if not full, I will try to read some extract from it. My dear friends from all over the world, it gives me great pleasure to address you as we prepare for the second International Day of Yoga. This unique occasion that brings all of us together to celebrate the invaluable gift of India's ancient tradition. When I outlined a vision for International Day of Yoga in September 2014 at the United Nations General Assembly, even I did not anticipate enormous enthusiasm for the occasion from all the corners of the world. Your support and participation last year and once again now redeems our commitment to nurture and promote this ancient discipline and reaffirms yoga as an exemplary manifestation of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world as one family. I recall the iconic images from that momentous day last year, all the way from the Pacific Islands to Port of Spain, from Vladivostok to Vancouver, and from Copenhagen to Cape Town. Thousands gathered to unite the bodies and minds through the practice of yoga. And the reverberations of their discipline found a natural home at the UN headquarters in New York, where the journey had begun. I myself was fortunate to celebrate the event along with 36,000 of my fellow citizens and foreign guests in New Delhi. Today all of you are ambassadors of yoga. Taking forward India's ancient message to the world, I thank you for your commitment and welcome you as sisters and brothers of India's family. Our Minister for External Affairs also sent a small message, and I will like to read 2 lines. I would like to emphasize that yoga is not mere exercise. Yoga is a combination of exercise for the body as well as the soul. For this reason, while a person feels exhausted after exercising, after yoga the person is not exhausted. Rather feels a sense of inner peace. If you start yoga by doing pranayama and end it with yoga nidra or savasana, you will achieve release from stress and you will feel new energy and vitality flow through your body. On the one hand, yoga is a medium to fight chronic ailments. On the other, it is also a means to attain spiritual energy. I would also like to convey my best wishes to those who are unable to participate this time, but who would be inspired by you to take up yoga afresh and participate next time. So, this was by our Honorable Minister for External Affairs, Srimati Sushma Swaraj, and before that I read Prime Minister. So I would like at this time a small speech by Dr. Priyanka. She is a physician herself, and she will like to tell us in very short 3-4 minutes about yoga for health and happiness.
Very good morning to all of you. Thank you all the friends, even though the weather was not so good, but you all are here. Thank you so much. So respected dignitaries and friends, on behalf of Indian Consulate, Hamburg, I extend you all a warm welcome. I extend you all a warm welcome to the second International Yoga Day celebration. So today, I'm here just to explain you why we are here today for doing yoga, or why we are celebrating this Yoga Day. In today's world of this IT boom, or interplanetary voyages, or globalization, life has become very hectic and unsystematic. The word unsystematic is very specific out here, because every one of us is busy, and we really cannot go on with a physical fitness in our day-to-day life, or even can't give time to our daily gym. So the thing that is called as stress is like every person, let it be small or elderly, he keeps on saying, yeah, I have a lot of stress in my life. There's a fact is we are having health problems, and as a physician, before when I used to practice, it was like, yeah, we used to have more of the communicable diseases, and that was from 1990s till around 2004 we had such diseases of communicable or contagious diseases. And now the regular patients that I keep on seeing is the lifestyle diseases patients. Patients who are suffering from the lifestyle, that is, you can say diabetes, you can go for AIDS, or you can go for cancer. Almost one-fourth, I can say right now, one-fourth of the world is suffering from these autoimmune diseases. And we really, from a medical point of view, we really don't have any solutions other than saying, okay, we can just take prevention, but we cannot say that we have a solution for this disease. And then when we look behind that, okay, in our ancient science, there is something that is given to us, that is yoga. And with this yoga, we can continue, if we keep on continuing yoga in our day-to-day life, we can prevent it, and rather we can make our immune system so strong that our own autoimmune diseases will never come up again. And when I explain these to the people, then they keep on saying, okay, I feel I'm healthy, but how can, from an external point of view, I never find that I'm unhealthy or I'm suffering from any disease. But why is it so that I'm not feeling enthusiastic? I don't have that cheerfulness that I had before. So I just asked, okay, what do you mean by health? What do you mean by being healthy? So out of you all, how many can say, okay, yes, I am healthy? How many of you just can say, okay, hands up, and I am healthy right now, or I'm happy right now? Maybe just a handful of people might say, okay, I feel healthy. But not all of us are happy or satisfied. And this thing of being happy or satisfied or health, that has been told by WHO that what health is. Health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. And actually this is the same thing which Ayurveda has said, samadosha sama agnishcha, samadhatu malakriyaha, prasanna atma indriya manaha, swastha iti abhidhiyate. It means samadosha, our body is made up of three doshas, that is vata, pitta and kapha. When these three doshas are in balance, yeah, we are healthy. Or when our digestion is sama agni, agni has to be some. When we say, okay, whatever I eat, I can digest that. It's not whatever we eat from our mouth, it's also from the mental. Whatever we keep on seeing every day, we should be able to digest that. Maybe sometimes you might be happy, sometimes you might be unhappy. But you should be able to accept that sadness also. That digestion, that is, we say the manasik agni, there are many types of agni, and the manasik agni should also be equally healthy to digest the thing. When that is in balance, yes, we can say we are healthy. Samadhatu, that is the 7 parts of our body, if they are in balance, we can say we are healthy. And the most important is prasanna, atma, indriya and manaha. So prasanna, it means you should be happy with your atma, the soul, indriya, that is the senses, and mana, that is mind. And atma, indriya and mana, all these three things, how can we keep happy in our day-to-day life? Just by giving maybe 20 minutes of our daily time for yoga. And so the three things which are interrelated for Atma, Indriya and Mana is body, mind and soul. And that is what is told in yoga. What is yoga actually? You can say, there are many definitions of yoga. Yoga saying, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. So it is like with yoga, you can control. Chitta vritti is nothing but our will or our mind. A process by which we can control our will or mind is called as yoga. Indriya vashitvam yoga. So in which we can control our indriyas, our senses is yoga. Or a thing by which you can connect yourself with something else is yoga. Yoga yujyate, something which you can connect. So it is like when you connect yourself with your mind, with your soul, when you start finding what I am here for. Why am I born in this world? What is the motive of my life in this world? That realization is yoga. So yoga you can take in different perspective. If you take from mind point of view, yes, you get a mental stability, mental happiness. If you take from a physical point of view, yes, when you keep on doing the asanas, you get, I don't say you become thin or you burn the calories by doing yoga. You never burn calories by doing yoga, but you improve your autoimmune system. You improve your immunity so much and your muscular power so much that yes, you can fight with anything. Your body is going to be a complete, you can see your body as a complete perspective with a balanced mental health, physical health and social health, in which you can think of sharing something with others. Right now we don't have the satisfaction in our life. We always crave for something new. So today I have this, tomorrow I want this also. That thing of, yes, I'm happy and now I have enough and I can give something to others. That thing has not come till now to us. And what we can do is, if we keep on practicing yogasanas every day, yeah, we can come to this stage. And then I think the big problem of the world which we are facing right now is maybe the terrorism or the refugee crisis, whatever we are facing, or the war in the other part of the world. It is always a bit disturbing. We cannot be happy by saying, okay, my family is happy, but the person who stays in front of me is unhappy, is sad, and then we say, okay, yeah, I'm happy, and I'm just okay. You cannot say like that. When you see other person happy, even you feel happy. So this thing of sharing, this thing of satisfaction, it always comes with the yogasanas or with practicing yoga. Spiritual yoga also, as well as hatha yoga also. And for that reason, I think it is very right time that our Honorable Prime Minister had declared this Yoga Day in the first Yoga Day in 2015, and that was a time, like, our world is facing so much of terrorism, problems with terrorism or refugees and everything, war, and we can somehow go to the level of peace and come to bring give our views to the world that, okay, we can bring peace by every person can bring peace in themselves. When every person is peaceful, yes, we can have a peaceful world. At least not within 2 years, but yeah, we can think of 5 or 10 years in future that we can have something like this. And with yoga, I would just like to explain that there are 8 parts of yoga that we always say, that is yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahar, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So not every person can really go to the level of samadhi from the starting. First, in the ancient times, yoga was given to us it was told in a spiritual point of view, like how you can connect yourself to God. Yoga, some people say it is only for connecting ourselves, it's only something spiritual. It is physical as well as spiritual, and for connecting yourself to the God by doing samadhi, first you need to do the basic steps. So first step is yama. In yama we say ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. So all these things which I told about the unrest which was there in the world, that can be controlled by just practicing yama. Then comes niyama, that is in shaucha and all those stuff, by which we can really control the communicable diseases, and then go ahead with asana. After controlling yama and niyama, then we go for asana, and we have a firm base. Just for getting the firm base, then when you have a firm base, then only you can build a big building over that. In the same way, for making a firm base, we do the yogasanas, make our body fit mentally, spiritually, and then go ahead with the pranayama, which makes it cool down, make it peace. Okay, let anything go wrong. You try to control your anger, you try to control your ego. Every person has an ego, no doubt, but we just try to control it. And all this controlling mind, controlling will is yoga. So, for that reason, I think today we are here, and we have gathered here in this number, and I think instead of taking much time, we'll just start with yogasanas. We'll be doing the basic yogasanas today so that everyone can practice these yogasanas in their day-to-day life, and later on make a yoga yajna, that is a big number of yogasanas together. And let's hope that the next year we come out with more different types of yogasanas and more number of people, and just gather together once again. So thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Priyanka. This time, when Doctor was speaking, I remember that the 8 limbs of yoga, modified by Maharishi Patanjali, that I tried that to get the text of that. And I was surprised to see that whole of Yoga Sutras by Maharishi Patanjali, that can be printed on a single sheet of paper. And I have that sheet. If anybody needs, just send me an email and I can set the whole 195 stanzas only on one seat, single seat only. So that's so precise and so important, of course. Now, I would like to make a special request to all of the guests. First, please switch off your mobile phones, because there should be no disturbance when we are doing yogic exercise. And the second request is, when you go after the program, just throw the water bottles and the poly bags at the appropriate place. We should not be scattered, and we should not add to the burden of the school authorities from whom we have retired this hour. So please bear this thing in mind. Thank you. So now we start with the session of Yogasanas by Anivasi Bharti. So please. We will start with the Patanjali mantra. I say just you follow.
Hari Om. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Ja Vaitekena Yopakarotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjalirantosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakrasidharanam Sahasrashirsham Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim.
Namaskar. Now we start the yoga session today with the Chalana Kriyas followed by Yoga Asanas. Before the start of Yoga Chalana Kriyas, I request you all to be chant Omkara 3 times. So please sit in Sukhasana, a comfortable position. Erect your spine, broaden your chest, look front, close your eyes gently and have a normal breathing. Take a deep breath as you inhale, exhale and chant Om. Gently open your eyes, stretch your legs and sit in comfortable position. We start with, from your toes, we start the Chalana Kriyas. First, you squeeze your toes and release. Squeeze your toes and release. Squeeze your toes, experience and release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze your toes and release. Now we make the stretching of your toes and foot. Stretch front and bring back. Stretch front and bring back. Stretch your foot front and bring back. Stretch and back. Stretch and back. Stretch and back. Next we go to the knee movement. Fold one leg, right leg. One. Bend it, bring down to the side. 2, 3 up and 4. We repeat. Come to both the legs stretched. 1, fold. 2, down. 3, up and 4. 1, fold. 2, bend. 3, up and 4. 1, up. 3, bend. 2, up and 4. We change the leg. 1, fold. 3, bend. 3, up and 4. 1, fold. 2, down. 3, up and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Next we do with both the legs. 1, fold and 2, down. Stretch your legs straight. We next move on to the butterfly flapping continuously. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flap your legs continuously. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Stretch your legs. Relax and come to Sukhasana position. Here we do the finger movement followed by wrist rotation, holding of your hands, lung expansion, shoulder rotation and hand rotation. So take your hands up to your shoulder level, open all the fingers wide, open and close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Now make the fist, rotate your wrist clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, anti-clockwise direction, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now fold your hands up. We make the lung expansion. Inhale and back. Exhale, back. Inhale, back. Exhale, back. Inhale, back. Exhale, back. Inhale, back. Exhale, right. Inhale, back. Exhale. Now take your hands off towards your shoulder. You make the shoulder rotation. As you inhale, move up. Exhale, down. Inhale, hands touching your ears. Exhale and down. Both the hands together. Inhale